If you all have been living under a rock past few days, you know Kendrick Lamar, one of the most prominent rappers of all time, arguably the best of our generation, just dropped his much awaited fourth studio album, and it's fire like his other albums. But there was one song that caught a lot of attention, alright? Auntie Diaries. In this song, Kendrick talks about two of his relatives who transitioned genders, an aunt who became his uncle and a male cousin who became female. I watched this shit and I was like, god damn, I did not expect Kendrick Lamar to suddenly embrace trans people. Not like it in his character to be accepted or not, but it's just not something you expect out of a widely known rapper, right? And like, people are obviously happy about this, right? I mean, the media, motherfuckers on Twitter, they was obviously happy about this, right? I mean, no way they go find something wrong about this. This is what they want, right? Tell me this ain't controversial, because I'm about to hop off this planet if I'm sharing it with someone that brain fried. Come on, man. Well, I won't say there's a lot of people angry at Kendrick or some. Mostly people are pretty happy about this, even on that side of Twitter, if you know what I mean. But I listened to the song and there shouldn't be nothing that people should say against the song. Nothing. If they claim to support trans people, that is. Obviously, people who don't ain't gonna be too pleased about their favorite rapper riding with the alphabet gang. But yo, well, here's a take from a trans girl not on Twitter. It doesn't sit right with me. There are so many ways to prove a point, and using a slur is such a low effort shot at it. Also, the misgendering of his uncle doesn't really sit right with me. It reinforces the he is a she now kind of shit that I've heard from cis people a million different times. Or he wants to be a woman. He could have gotten a queer rapper to say the slurs. He could have opted out of using them altogether. This is absolutely not the reception a song would get if places were switched and a racial slur was used. Oh, wow, don't sit right with me. Yeah, he talks about you and suddenly you get to say what's right and what's wrong. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I don't give half a squirt of piss if you got in your feels about a word. Look, I know she liked the song and she says I don't think he should be cancelled or not, but how deep into SJW Twitter are you to think that should even be in the conversation? The man came out and supported you. He made a great piece of art saying something nobody else in his position says. Hell, I'll be honest, I've always been kinda on the fence about transgender folks, and this song really makes me feel a bit different. You can feel iffy about whatever you want, but don't sit there saying he could have done this, he could have done that, when he did literally nothing wrong. In the song, he uses the word to say he said the word at an immature point in his life. He ends the song off by saying if he can say the word, then a white girl can say the N-word. So that's exactly what he's talking about when you say how the reception of a song would be if places were switched and a racial slur was used, right? Like, a lot of people go say this like, well, would he be okay with a white person saying the N-word to prove a point? And let me tell you, if Kendrick is as smart as he seems, I assure you he wouldn't give a fuck. But here's the difference. The N-word has gotten to the point where people are scared to utter it as if it's some demonic curse. Even that's stupid. No word holds that type of power. When I'm rapping along to my favorite lyrics, you damn right I use the N-word, alright? I'd use it right now to prove my point, but I ain't go cause YouTube probably gonna remove my ass. I'm already struggling to get views. I don't need YouTube to be fucking with that too. But nobody uses the N-word really. It's not a social reality, so a white person saying it would be weird because it really don't need to be addressed. It's like, bro, you're the only one saying it right now. Nobody's even debating that shit. You know what I mean? It's just a word though, right? Like, don't use it if you ain't from the group. I can adhere to that shit. But saying it to prove a point shouldn't bother you. If it does, you don't care about social justice and you don't give a fuck about changing the world for the better. Get the fuck out of here. So he admits that it's not okay to say it, but then continues to say it 9 times to prove his point. Interesting. Perfect example of why I don't fuck with the song. God, I muted all the insults. I can breathe. I can't believe people are mad at gays for not liking a straight man saying on a song. Like, please, be serious. Y'all sleeping on... What? Okay, never mind. Straight people, what if I told you that you don't get an opinion on Kendrick's use of the F slur, Auntie Diaries, regardless of its artistic motive? You're obviously too autistic to know the meaning of anything. He probably didn't make the song for someone like you, because looking at how sensitive you is, you probably never dealt with real transphobia or homophobia. You missed the whole point of the fucking song and got neutralized by a fucking word like it's a bullet that came straight out your headphones and into your hollow skull. Well, no wonder you're still alive, because if it didn't have nothing to hit, I entered one part of the skull and went straight through. All it hit was air and dust, stupid bitch. That last tweet really proves where your intentions lie. You just want to talk shit about people. If you say you don't give a fuck about artistic motive, then why do you consider yourself deserving of a conversation? You're obviously a fucking inbred, bruh. Auntie Diaries shows that Kendrick Lamar still has some work to do before he can fully consider himself an ally for queer and trans people. But don't nobody give a fuck about your titles, alright? Oh no, you don't consider him an ally. Whatever will he do? Some click-searching, self-righteous fuck doesn't consider him an ally because a word has hurt their feelings. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, only you fakes and phonies care about these titles and if you're allowed to consider yourself this or that or about meeting the qualifications to be accepted by SJWs and mainstream media. Not the real, alright? Kendrick is real. That's That's why when he makes a song about trans acceptance, I feel something. I never felt that shit reading what you shallow fucks wrote, alright? Never. It made me want to be not accepting. Shit, you'd probably write something about accepting brown people, and I'd start being less accepting of my own damn kind. That's how unbearable you idiots are, alright? In recent years, hip-hop has seen a slow but continual rise in black, queer, and trans representation. There's Lil Nas X, Frank Ocean, Saucy Santana, and countless other black, queer, mostly cisgender folks doing work in the genre, despite many of them still facing issues based on their identities. See here, blah blah, while trying to advance their careers. On Auntie Diaries, Lamar attempts to present himself as an ally as he details his experience with using queer-phobic slurs, acknowledges his trans family members, and calls out bigotry and religious-based queerphobia in the black community. This seems like a good gesture on the surface, but beneath that, the rapper and his predominantly cisgender and straight fans still has a lot of work to do before he can consider himself a full ally. Oh my god. I couldn't listen to this song without thinking of J. Cole's Voluminati. In his track, Cole attempts allyship by pointing out homophobia, all while saying the F word multiple times. In Auntie Diaries, Lamar follows the same miscalculation by uttering the F word a whopping 10 times. Oh shit, they're even counting shit. In both instances, the intention of allyship is clear, but the impact is uttering a harmful slur that the rappers themselves have no right to say, much less reclaim. As discussion of Auntie Diaries hit Twitter, Kendrick fans came into droves to defend his use of the word, and in the process talked over queer and trans people's rightful critiques. Hi, don't do that, bro. Don't shame your own community like that. I can't say the majority was saying this shit. I seen a lot of trans people happy about the song too. Don't put down your community with yourself, you fucking nag. What the fuck you mean rightful critiques? Any loon who bugging enough to critique this song ain't rightfully critiquing nothing. I mean, for fuck's sake, the man literally says F word to represent him at an older, more mature stage in life in the song. Fuck if you're queer or not, you're a straight up weirdo. And Kendrick's fans, straight or not, I got the right to defend something so genuine, alright? Who give a fuck if you're queer and trans? If you say dumb shit, you go get clowned. Kendrick fans come in droves to defend his use of the word, and in the process talked over queer and trans people's rightful critiques. You really expecting to use your identity as immunity? I'm a transgender woman, so by you outsmarting and outclassing me in this discussion, you are being transphobic and, cancelled. Yeah. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Y'all are pushing your own community downwards, especially by saying you all think like this. You're pushing yourself to the fringe, alright? Why don't you just say I think this, bro? It's like you want people to think trans people are a bunch of weirdo losers. Just say I am a weirdo loser. Is that hard? Huh? Where Kendrick also fails on this song is by switching pronouns and ways to address trans people that is very cringy. From the recurring line of my auntie's a man now, as in the most important line in the song probably, to dead naming Caitlyn Jenner, the rapper fails to also acknowledge the nuances that come with being trans. It is never ever okay to dead name or mispronounce or mispronoun, I don't know why I'm tripping, bro, a trans person, even if you knew them pre-transition. Whether Kendrick ran this track by his uncle or not, it's instances like these in Auntie Diaries where his intent falls short. To hear one of my favorite rappers fumble allyship this publicly, and to watch so many straight/cisgender people jump to defend him, was hard. It's even harder to be told that this is the best that hip-hop, particularly the type of conscious rap that Kendrick caters to, can do. Queer and trans people don't expect perfection, but we do rightfully expect for our feelings and critiques about media that fails us to be listened to and not spoken over. In the age of anti-trans legislation being at a high, it is in the best interest of LGBTQIA people to demand more from the media we consume. There are enough anti-trans sentiments, so even misguided allyship needs to be lovingly critiqued. It's important to remember that all criticism is not cancelling, but an invitation and a starting of a better conversation to do better. Lamar could have introduced this conversation in a way that preserves the dignity of LGBTQIA plus people by being more creative with his raps on Auntie Diaries. The actual F word could have easily been replaced with F word, while using the names or sets of pronouns that reflect how a person lives in the world now would have been the most appropriate phrasing to use. Another option would have been to have his uncle speak on his experience, how societal phobias have impacted him, and how he feels about Kendrick's progress. If all else, he could issue some kind of an apology and donate to black, queer, and trans-led efforts, considering he gets paid well as a rapper. Oh my god, how the fuck we get all the way here? Bro, hold up, bro. Just wait. You're saying he should contribute to a charity to apologize? To apologize for supporting you? Why are you telling him how he should make his art? Saying he should bring his uncle on or something? Why are you giving him suggestions? Who are you? Oh, cause you're trans and he's speaking about you? Oh shit, I'm trans, he's speaking about me. Alright, how do I exploit my identity into clicks now? Can I celebrate what he's saying? Nah, nobody will click that. That's such a normal thing to do. Let me be a disease. Shut the fuck up, biatch. You don't gotta do nothing. Fuck your loving critique, alright? Dead naming, they say. In case y'all don't know, dead naming is when you call someone by the name that they used before transitioning. In this song, he dead names Caitlyn Jenner when he says Bruce Jenner wasn't certain. He's talking about a time when he wasn't certain. If he wasn't certain, that means he hadn't transitioned, and that was still his name. Is the expectation that Caitlyn Jenner should never hear the word Bruce in her lifetime ever again? Kendrick ain't doing nothing wrong, and you still want to find something wrong with it. Y'all are some straight up goofies, bro. You don't deserve to have your voice heard. Your opinion does not matter. You do not matter, bro. You're a subtraction to this world. This person says good gesture on the surface as if only the deep thinkers go start crying after hearing a word. No, you're looking at the surface of the surface. You're stuck on the thin ass debris that's on top of the real surface. You just gotta do a little digging, some elementary school logic, and that's all. And y'all go see the real genuine message behind the song. Alright, bro? That's it from me, bro. Drop a like down below if you fuck with this. Let me know what you think down below, alright? And peace. I'll see y'all next time. I can't even begin to describe how transcendent it was to listen to this album. Kendrick is my favorite living rapper, and this song was such a surprise. It's incredible. People will focus on the pronouns, the F slur, but Kendrick is brilliant. It seems intentional, almost to illustrate how confusing it can be to gender your loved ones correctly while still having the right intentions at heart, and what it's like to have someone like a trans uncle to make you reckon with the use of slurs as jokes, and how hard it is to correct deeply ingrained language that a 34-year-old now knows to be hurtful to someone he cares about. I don't know. I think people will miss the art of the lyrics, but I believe Kendrick has an amazing heart, and that is an important fucking turning point for mainstream hip-hop. It's really, really exciting. Like Beyonce Digital Drop 2013 exciting. See? This is how you should react. Real people who really care about real shit react like this. Alright? Get the fuck out of here.